What's going on, guys? Um, we are live. We're going to be waiting for Gracie to show up. I'm going to say hi to some people and we're going to get this show rolling. You guys got here early. We got early birds in here. I'm going to try and scroll all the way to the top. Hello to Thrifty Angela, first in the house. Celeste and Patty hanging out, waiting for me. Mark, Diane, good to see you guys. Zora's in the house. Hey, won't be able to join you live. Event we'll have to watch later, but very excited to see the finished build. I don't think Gracie is going to let you guys see a whole lot of it. We are shooting the tour tomorrow. We're going to drill her with a lot of questions on how it's going so far. She's been here since Friday, and we are getting close to getting her on the road. Mona is in the house. Kathy in the house. Good to see you guys here. Lonnie in the house. Hello, I don't want to miss this. That's right. Mona, I saw your video on those window coverings. Those are pretty cool. I really like those with the fold down screens. Those are nice. Diana in the house. Say hello to Maddie for us. Dawn in Canada doesn't have to do any Christmas shopping, doesn't have to do any decorating, just show up for turkey on the 24th. That's my kind of holiday right there. No, I like decorating. I am going home the 24th, the 25th. I'll go home the 23rd in the evening, stay home the 24th, stay home the 25th, and come back out here the 26th sometime in the afternoon. I'm trying to get together with some lunch ladies, having lunch out. Star is in the house. Good to see you. Say hi to Weird for me. Celeste in the house. I think I already said hello to Celeste. All right, guys, we have got Gracie in the base. Gracie, give me a thumbs up if you're ready to come up. I know we both got our neons on. Gracie, you good to come up? All right. How you doing, my friend? I cannot hear you. I'm going to unmute you.
How about that?
Got it. Okay. Hi, Jock.
Jock has made himself all comfy cozy already on the bed.
Jock has kind of staked claim to that bed, I tell you. I've only seen him get up there maybe either once or twice now, but now correct me if I'm wrong. He can jump right up there, right?
Absolutely.
And that's like 38 inches. That is pretty good. So Gracie graciously said that she would come up with me tonight. My throat has been a little tender and I did not know how much I was going to be able to talk. I'm doing better. I've got some hot tea thanks to Gracie. And so guys, I'm going to let Gracie talk. You guys put your questions for her in the chat. We'll start off with this because this is a new one for Gracie. Gracie had a problem this morning with the van. Due to 18-degree temperatures. Tell us what happened.
Okay, so yes, it was 18 degrees here, so cold, and I got up and I turned on my water and my sink wasn't draining, and I thought maybe when I went to town yesterday, the valve to empty my gray tank, maybe that hadn't worked. And so I was thinking, oh gosh, things are backing up into the sink. But actually it was just the pipes were frozen. And so the water couldn't go anywhere. And then the sink drained out. So I love being here. Like I told Johnny, I love being here, but I can't wait to get out of here. It's cold. Everybody's saying hi to me. I'm not very skilled at typing and talking at the same time. So, so hi to everybody. I can't wait to see everybody that I'm going to be seeing soon and in Quartzsite and Ironwood. So I'm just going to chat and not worry about typing if that's okay with everybody.
Perfect. Perfect. So I'm going to, so there's several people in the chat saying that their pipes are frozen too. Stephanie, Patty. The thing is the gray tank, it's plastic. It's right underneath the van. It's going to freeze. That's really not a problem because once it thaws, you open up your ball valve and it drains. But when you use your sink, the water goes down the drain and into the gray tank. It doesn't every bit of it doesn't go. So a little bit doesn't go, it freezes. Then the next time a little bit doesn't go, it freezes. And before you know it, you wake up in the morning and the whole pipe is frozen. It thaws and it drains. If you're out in the desert, before it freezes, you can open up your ball valve or your drain, and sometimes that'll help. Now, Les and Bernadette, they've got a 90-degree on theirs, just like Patty and Gracie, me. It freezes in that 90-degree angle. So you can put hot water down the drain. It really doesn't help. It might loosen if you just have an itty-bitty blockage. But most of the time, the hot water is going to sit on top of the ice. It's going to melt it a little bit, but not all the way through.
You know what I did do is the little heater that you gave me that I've been using, I opened up the cupboard door and I had that warm air blowing into it too. So I think that helped.
Yeah, and that's okay. The problem is it's freezing outside of the van. Now you could put a heat tape on it, but that is.
I thought about that, but you know what? As soon as I get out of here, I don't plan to be back into cold temperatures again.
So the question is, should you leave your ball valve open? And if you're in an area that you can leave it open and it doesn't matter where it drains, yes, leave it open. Gracie cannot because her Ogo toilet goes into her gray tank. So she's on the campground here, and I said, don't open the ball valve here. So, question, where are you right now?
I'm in Fannie Mae. I'm down at Johnny's campground.
She is in Jock Missouri.
I had these on Jock earlier. Took a picture on Facebook. Cute. My hair is a mess. Sorry. So I thought that would help. So I'm at Johnny's campground. We're going to do the tour tomorrow afternoon. And then I'm going to take off mid-morning Thursday and head to Houston, where I will spend Christmas. Am I yelling?
No, you're fine.
Unai and Travis.
Oh, no, you're fine.
Okay. With Unai and Travis and the kids. And then about the 27th or 28th, I'll head back to San Antonio, wrap up a few things there. And January 2nd, I'm going to head to Quartzsite.
January 22nd?
No, January 2nd.
Oh, 2nd. So you'll make the RTR in that.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Remind me to give you some business cards.
Huh?
Remind me to give you some business cards.
Oh, all right. Lanny had a question. How many nights have you slept in the van? This will make night number 4. Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. Oh, Monday night. Oh, I'm sorry. Tuesday. 5 nights. 5 nights. 4 days, 5 nights. Van hair, just
Can anyone appear on the channel without apologizing for their hair?
So I think I'll head to Q with. Oh, okay, Diane, that would be awesome. Well, let's plan that. Oh, Diane, I need your help with some decorating ideas too. So Johnny and I talked about this. So we're going to do the initial tour, and then between the time I leave here and then the time I get to Quartzsite, I'm going to have a few more things in place, and then we'll do um, we're going to do a what, Johnny?
I'm sorry.
We're going to do an update. We're going to do an
Yes, an
update
update.
tour.
Yeah.
Should I enter my van in the RTR open house? Well, abso-freaking-lutely I should. With a bunch of Midwest van builders business cards.
Yep.
And don't forget, you need to sign somewhere still.
So the big question on the thumbnail is van life for Gracie?
I love it. Oh my gosh, this space is perfect. I really wasn't sure about how tight it would be, but it's not. It's not at all. Part of that is because, I've lost quite a bit of weight, so that really helps. And the other part is it's just it's perfect. It's the perfect space for Jacques and I.
Yeah.
What do you
And I'll
think,
tell
Jack?
you, and I know you've got
What do you
stuff.
think?
I know you still have stuff to load up in there, but you feel like the drawers and you feel like you got enough space for all the stuff that you plan on putting in there.
I do. And my motto I keep telling myself is less is more. So I'm just absolutely what I need, and because I don't want to bog myself down with a bunch of stuff. Just what I need. I just need what I need.
Yep. What year, make, and model is your van?
So it is a Ram ProMaster 3500 159 extended 2023. Last year when we were in the desert, Johnny was actually um, part of helping me to order the type of van that I wanted to get back at the end of January, 1st of February. So I got it ordered 1st of February, and it arrived in Missouri August,
Oh, August.
September,
August or
August something,
September? August, late August, I think.
late August.
Yeah.
Do you still have? Yes, I do still have my Class C. I'm going to store her for a year and then decide if maybe I'll have a little piece of property or something and use her as a tiny home base, or um, sell it. Originally, we were thinking that the kids were coming back from Okinawa, but those plans changed and they're going to be there another 3 years. So, um, yeah, I was going to let them have it and travel in it, but you know, if they
Yep.
really want it, I'll store it for 3 years for them. But otherwise, I'll make that decision in a year from now.
Deborah said a van rule, if you haven't used it in the last 6 months, you really don't need it.
Right?
And tell Gracie it's nice to see her feeling better and rested.
Yeah, I caught a bit of a cold from my sister Charlene, and I was so generous and gracious enough that I shared it with Johnny and Bernadette. I'm sorry, but I'm feeling much better doing I do more of the holistic regime for the cold, but it seems to be helping. Thank
So
you,
it
Deborah.
says, how many windows did Johnny install? Now, I installed 2 bunk windows, the little one that's behind her back and one at the foot of the bed. Gracie's van came with both, I almost said bilateral because that's what nurses do. Bilateral big windows where the sliding doors are. Gracie, did you get your stained glass? I think that's still a
Um,
surprise.
well, not Not exactly. You'll have to just wait till the tour to see. I know Judith, I had talked to her at L23 about, man, I want to have a stained glass window. I would have loved to, but you're going to have to wait for the tour to see what compromises were made.
Yeah. Linda said she thought, and they just couldn't get the flight. They couldn't. It was a lie,
So
right?
what happened was, so when they fly from Okinawa to the States, they're on a military plane, and it arrives in Seattle. They could get flights from Seattle to North Carolina. The problem was from North Carolina back to Seattle was going to be outrageously expensive. And it was a quick trip. They would have only been gone for 10 days. And so there's, a couple days of traveling, there's a couple days of turnaround to get, because our nighttime is their daytime. And they just said, you know what? We're going to plan it for next year. They have family in Idaho, family in North Carolina. So they'll wait and do a big trip next year at Christmas. So it was disappointing, but totally understandable. So therefore, my my plans changed as well. So I'll be going to Arizona sooner rather than later, which I can't wait because I know it's so warm there.
I am supposed to be in the 50s tomorrow, low 50s.
Thank
A
you.
little December heat spill. Stephanie said to follow on her tail. You can stock your van with everything that she throws out.
Oh my gosh.
I think we all do that. We drive around, we live in it for a while, and then we decide what we like and don't like. So, yep.
Yeah. I don't want to. I just don't want to. I just want to bring in the bare essentials because I want to be able to have that latitude of maybe seeing something down the road, that I might want. And I go, oh, that would be awesome. So I don't want to go too crazy. But on the other hand is, the space is very limited. So there's that. I know Gina said something, or Gina asked me a question a while back, and I think I missed it. So, Gina, if I missed the question, will you please retype it? Hey, Cat, Gracie wants to be able to show. You know that's true. Johnny, I can't hear you.
I muted it so I could blow my nose. Gracie, is projects that need to be done. Yeah.
Those, Tim, those are for 024, but those are really for 024.
The stickers that he's talking about?
Yeah, and coasters. Oh, and so that I can bring them to 024. Is that what you mean, Tim? I have limited space, Tim, and you have that wonderful Class C of yours.
I told Gracie, I'm not kidding you guys. I said, Gracie, you may have to think about a little travel trailer.
No, absolutely not.
Right.
No.
We put a port in today so she can put her Starlink in and out of her van without slamming the cord in the door. That's always a win. So, got the EcoFlow. How do you like your EcoFlow setup? The wave heater?
I love it. I'm using my EcoFlow for the first time tonight for heat. And I actually can hear it when it drains. You can hear it drain. And so I was like looking on the floor, feeling for any dampness and going, phew, Okay, good. I think we're because a couple of other gals had problems with it draining onto their floor, but
Yeah. That was funny. The device itself, you have to go into that Bluetooth app and drain it. Like that's weird to me.
yeah.
We had it leak on the floor, and I thought, why is this leaking? We got it hooked up, and you got to open the drain. You got to tell it to drain. Okay.
Okay, Tim, go ahead and bring him. That's a good point. That's a good point. But you better be at old 24. That's all I have to say.
Right.
But yeah, I will go ahead and take the stickers and the coasters just in case.
Yum. What's the temperature in the van tonight? Do you think she's got
I
that? She's got the heater set at 69, don't you?
68. 68. So it's 68. And I have my little electric blanket plugged in. And so I'm toasty warm. And of course, I got you know who at the foot of the bed keeping my feet warm.
Yep. So the question is why not do a permanent install for the Starlink? It works great.
I don't know too much about that. And I don't know that I want something. Now, I know they do have the new dishes that are flat, but I don't even know, like, would there even be room on top of the roof to put it?
Yeah. Yeah. I think they're expensive. That would be the number one deal breaker for a lot of people doing this lifestyle
Yeah.
and, worried about someone taking it because the cable just connects. Somebody could just disconnect the cable and take it. So it's it says, let me see what else. Yep, that cord port is a good idea. That's who I did it. That's who I could not
Mom.
for the life of me remember who I did that for. We
Oh,
put them on
Patty?
Betty's. I was like, it wasn't the California people. I said somebody else was here. That is crazy. You don't feel good. My brain was dead. Gracie, how much solar do you have on top of your van?
600 watts. And I don't
600
have to do a thing. I don't have to do.
watts.
Johnny has literally made my electrical system. I have the Blue Eddy 300. It's a big boy. It's big. And she has wired everything for Dummies 101. And it I literally now I don't have to do anything except to remember in the morning when I get up to turn off the AC power. And that's it.
Well, if you're running your EcoFlow tonight, that's DC. Oh, it is AC. We do have an AC. Yeah, so you'll have to have your AC power on.
Yeah. But I have to have
What's
my
the
AC power on for like if I want to charge my phone or any of the inlets or the plugins, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've done some really very good thorough videos over each of the systems, and I will be watching those and making my own notes again for those, and I mean, really, uh, so far so good.
Is there a trailer hitch on your van?
No, but when I come back from Portland in June, when I go to Portland in June, hi Floss. When I go to Portland in June, I have a storage unit, a 10x5 storage unit, and I want to get a U-Haul trailer and put the stuff in it and bring it down to Texas. So I will have one mounted, which is why I got a 3500 because I do want to be able to tow if I need to.
Yeah. Um, yeah,
Exactly,
so
Pat. That's a good point. That's exactly why I don't want it built in. I want to be able to put my dish where it's going to be the best for openness.
yeah. Yep. You'll need the hitch for the mountain bike. You'll need the hitch for your mountain bike. Do you have a mountain bike?
No, but maybe one of these days I'd like to get an electric bike. Maybe that would be
Yep.
fun. Gracie towing a trailer. I've towed the trailer before. My dad had a '98 Oldsmobile, and we had a trailer, and I would take the trailer and go camping, and I towed the trailer. I even know how to back up a trailer. I did good.
Yeah.
No, no cargo. I don't want stuff. I don't.
Yep. You have to admit, it's nice being able to jump into the driver's seat and just run up to the store. I mean,
And the
it's
whole point of living a simplistic life is not to have a cargo trailer that you got all your more stuff in. I don't want that. I want to just very, very simplistic. And
um
that's a good point, Patty. Um, I've seen people do that and telescope a telescope pole, and they have a deal that's welded, and they stick their pole in there and telescope. Maybe someday.
guys, let's pause for just a second for asking Gracie a question. Um there's a couple of prayer requests that we want to throw out to the community. We're about halfway through the show here. You guys know Cheryl, you know her husband has been sick for a long time. She is his caregiver, and he passed away yesterday.
Who?
I believe it was yesterday, it might have been the day before. So keep her
Who?
and the two kids. Cheryl Teal, she was at the meetup. She's the one that sang around the campfire.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Um, so you guys keep her and her two children in your prayers. That's a hard loss, especially this time of year. Debbie Babb is recovering from hip surgery still and still having a little bit of pain. Not walking with a cane right now. Keep her in your prayers. We always keep Derek and Mary Jones in our prayers. If anyone else has any prayer requests, just put them in there. And Gracie, we'll get back to you. Thank you.
So what else, Johnny? In the post that I put on Facebook, I said we're going to talk about the good, the bad, and the fantastic life so far of van living. And honestly, I'm just so excited because I can I can park in a regular parking spot now. I can, if I decide to stop someplace along the side of the road, just for whatever reason, I don't have to worry about trying to find parking for a 31-foot RV. It's and I love my space. I love you guys. Johnny did an incredible job. It's beautiful. It's absolutely, I mean, when 5 years before I retired, I was working at the VA in Portland, and I went to Lost Lake, which is outside of Hood River, and rented a little one-room cabin. And I said to myself, you know what? I could live in a small space like this. I could absolutely, and I would be so happy because, I had a home and everything, but man, it ties you down. And the only reason I bought my home in 2004 was so that I would be able to build up equity. And when I retired someday, I would be able to sell it and be able to do what I wanted. I didn't know what I wanted then, but I just knew that buying a home was a smart move back then. And so it kept me grounded. And and I love the feel of the cabin. And so when I picked out my wood and my flooring and my butcher block, I mean, I didn't know how it was all going to come together and how it would feel, but it's perfect, you guys. I just can't tell you the gratitude I have of having Johnny and Bernadette and Les put together my tiny home, which is everything I wanted but didn't really know that I wanted, but it's perfect.
Yay. That's what we like to hear.
Yeah. I mean, Johnny said, "Well, there's a few things, that I didn't really this or that." I'm like, "Do not point them out to me because I know how it is when I worked and I was an IV nurse. I was very meticulous about how my dressings looked, how things were taped down, how the lines were. I was very meticulous because that's what my skill set was. And it's the same for Johnny. She's very meticulous at her. And so, what we think are flaws to somebody, I mean, what we think might be our flaws, somebody else isn't even going to recognize them. And so I said, do not point them out to me because I don't want to know because everywhere I look, it's perfect.
Hey, Gina. And that's what we tried. I told Gracie, I said, being a nurse for 30 years, you learn and you learn and you learn. I've only been doing this for a short time. And if you may say, I wonder why she did it like that, that's how I know to do it. And as I get better, look how far we've come with our electrical system and plumbing system here. Every time I do a van, I get better. And the people that have not had their van built out yet, they're the ones that are going to have the best to come still because we're learning as we go. And
Mm-hmm.
look at Les and Bernadette. They're flying through their van because you learn, the more you do, the more you learn. And yeah. So Patty Coretta, she'll tell you, we've done a couple of videos on changes that we made to hers, and she was just at the shop a couple weeks ago for more changes. That's what happens, just like in your
Mm-hmm.
home. You make changes as your needs change. You make changes as you live in it for a while and you're like, this isn't really working for me. And you make changes. And Gracie will need changes made down the road too.
And see, when I think about that right now, I think, what could I possibly want different? I can't even fathom what that would be, you
Yeah.
know? Thank you, everybody that's saying they're very happy for me. I really appreciate it.
And let me just say, for those of you guys that were in the Patreon live stream this weekend, this Sunday, Gracie scooted her driver's seat back.
Oh,
She's not so crunched anymore.
yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
And
didn't know.
think of all the stuff that you still are going to be learning as you live in it.
Right? I have enough. I have enough cupboard space for everything that I need. And Johnny built me something that is like, I never would even thought of it. And so you'll have to wait till the tour to see it. But it's like, oh my gosh, I love it. And I wanted to say, reference the colloidal silver to the gal that mentioned the colloidal silver. I do have some colloidal silver, and it is about a year old, and I've always kept it in the refrigerator. Is it still good? Does anybody know? As long as I kept my colloidal silver in the refrigerator, is it still good? And I should start taking that.
I like this one. I'm on version 4.0 and planning 5.0, right? That's the there's no truer statement. Yep.
Thanks,
And you
Tim.
learn
I'm happy. I'm very happy.
Yep.
Okay. Thanks, Tim. That's good to know. I'll start taking that.
Yep.
Diane wants to know if the Patreon video was recorded. So, Johnny, I'll let you tell him about what
It
happened
was
there.
not. It was not. So what happened was, try to make a long story short, I had it planned for 5:30, just like it always is. And we had some friends that were going to stop by the shop and see us and see Gracie. And so I changed the time of the live stream. Half the people were notified, half the people weren't notified. So at 5:30, there were people in there. So I jumped in there real quick and we all talked for a while and I didn't record it. And then a different group of people jumped in the evening. So I just didn't record either one of them. We really were hanging out talking about Gracie's van, mostly. So I didn't record either one of them. So regularly scheduled Patreon live the first week of January, first week of January. So my couch is on version 3.0. Don't forget tissues for the tour. Yep.
We're loaded with tissue. For some
Right,
unknown
Gracie.
reason, we're loaded.
Yeah,
with tissue now.
Gracie found out that me and Bernadette were under the weather. She brought all kinds of vitamin C up. She brought these little drinks up, and everybody that Kelly, and there's a couple people in here that might know liquid medicine. I mean, it's just not going to stay down with me. I'm surprised that this is going as good as it is. I just am a big baby with certain flavors and textures, and I hate taking medicine. I don't take ibuprofen for my torn meniscus. So she bombarded me with medicine, brought me chicken noodle soup. She brought us 4 boxes of Kleenexes today. She's taken very good care of us.
Organic chicken noodle soup. And,
what mattress did you choose?
Oh gosh, it's been.
Was it rvmattress.com?
What?
Was it rvmattress.com?
I do not remember. I would have to go back and look. I ordered a lot of things a year in advance, and like my refrigerator, I ordered that in 21. Right? It was at your house.
Your van?
My refrigerator. It was at your and Kelly's house. And that was in 21.
No, because it's 23 now.
22 then? Oh, 22.
I think you ordered it in 22.
Yeah.
I had it in my garage at home at least 6 months. Then it came down here for June, July, August, September, October, November. Down here 6 months. So we've had it almost a year.
Yeah. So my mattress, I mean, I ordered it. I ordered a lot of the big ticket items other than the Blue Eddy
Right.
a long time ago.
Don't they have marshmallow flavored medicine? See, it's not complicated. It's not complicated.
Did you try the packets of the emergency with zinc? Did you try those packets?
No, I'm going to do one at bedtime. I'm going to do one at bedtime. That way, if it irritates my stomach, I'll be asleep. Bernadette brought me.
It tastes like orange juice.
It shouldn't. I'll tell you, I am your worst nurse. I don't like taking medicine. And if I have to drink a whole cup of it like that, it's not going to go well. I'm a baby.
Do you remember Tang? Remember Tang? Did your grandparents have Tang?
Yeah, that's gross. I'll drink it though. Does it taste like Tang?
No, it doesn't taste like Tang. It tastes like vitamin C and orange.
That's what it's gonna. That'll put me to sleep then. What fridge did you get? Do you know?
So I got the Voltron. It was the last model. No. says Voltron VOL, isn't it V?
No, she has the isotherm
Oh,
cruise.
isotherm.
She has isotherm cruise 165.
Which I don't think they make that particular model anymore. I got the very last one that they had last January.
Correct. And those things are, I'll tell you what, people ask me about van builds, and that's one of your biggest things right there, because you can buy a $2,500 refrigerator and you can buy $100 refrigerator. That is and then shipping nowadays, it's $600 to ship it.
Oh, good, Bernadette. I've been taking 2 a day, or 2 packets at a time. Of course, I put them in my 40 ounces Bucky cup.
Yeah.
And I drink 2 of those a day.
Gracie, have you had any like mess ups where you forgot to do something and it ended up in a mess or anything down there?
So what happened was it Saturday? I texted Johnny and I said I had downloaded the Blue Eddy app, and I thought, well, I'm gonna, I'm in bed and I'm like, I'm gonna check out how this Blue Eddy thing works. And I texted Johnny and I said, I'm down to 18%. What do I do? So she told me what to do. I went outside and she walked me. Oh, it was Saturday night. I went outside and she walked me through what to do, and turned on my AC, unplugged something from this thing and plugged it into the Blue Eddy, turned on the AC and yeah.
One of the Stephanie said your Ogo toilet is connected to the gray tank, so that leaves that out. That's your biggest oopsie in van life, is overflowing your if you've got a composting type toilet, is overflowing it. Yeah. Or you need to use the Ogo toilet and you don't open the door. If you ever do that, it'll be the last. You'll only do it one time.
Right.
Yeah.
And the way that Johnny built the little bench and everything, I mean, I'm telling you guys, she thinks of everything. Everything.
So
Yep.
let me talk about Gracie's electrical system for a minute, because what happened on Saturday was not Gracie's fault. Gracie came on Friday and she wasn't feeling good. We were, I didn't even know what we were doing, but we put her van down at the campground. She, we walked around, we all went to dinner. I hooked her up to shore power. All her outlets were hooked up to shore power. And because all her outlets were hooked up to shore power, her Blue Eddy was not hooked up to shore power because there was only one input. So then the next day, Saturday, I should have said, Gracie, sometime today, charge your Blue Eddy and put your surge protector back on your Blue Eddy. That never happened. She was sick. We were doing something. She was down there putting stuff away. It was raining. I had somebody drop off a cargo trailer. It was a chaotic day. Les and Bernadette were gone. So then that night, thank God she noticed, or at 2:00 in the morning, she would have probably been calling me, hey, I don't have power down here.
So, I'm cold and the heater's not working anymore.
Yeah. So I typically put a 15 amp system in everybody's van. I don't put 30 amp. But these new Blue Eddies and the EcoFlow 3600, these are supercharged items. They charge at 1700 watts. You want a beefy system. So I put in a 30 amp port for her. I, for the life of me, could not find a 30 amp adapter that fit the part that I put in. And the California ladies are in California having the same problem. So I gotta find one for them. So I had to adjust the way I did her setup. Les and I went to the RV store up here. They gave me, I got one from them, and it didn't work. I don't know if somebody bought it before, it wouldn't work. So then I had to go Lowe's the next day and get the right part. So it really wasn't her fault. And she does have a way to charge her Bluetti while she drives. She's got a 2,000 watt inverter connected to her DC auto system that will charge her Bluetti while she drives. It's the same setup I put in all my builds when they've got one of those big power banks. Another question, does Gracie have a backup generator? She's got a Jackery 1000.
1,000.
She's got a Jackery 1000. And I'll tell you, Gracie's system, her refrigerator, her lights, DC, she's not using 70 watts an hour. Her refrigerator's 60, and really her lights and that are not more than 10. So she could run a good 8 hours on her Jackery if something ever happened to the Bluetti.
Ooh, that's not good.
Which it's not going to.
Right. Let's see. There was another. Cat. Cat. So Johnny built this fabulous bench for Jacques. He's been up there once and looked out the window, but he much prefers to be on the bed because the bunk bed windows. Let me turn it around. You can see. See, here's Jacques. There's the windows. He's nosy. He's a nosy boy. And he likes looking out that window and seeing what's going on. So the bench is probably just going to be more for like if we have company and somebody needs a place to sit, because he'll lay down by the door, in the aisleway, or up on the bed. But the bench is handy, like I said. Not only does it house my EcoFlow, the other half houses all of Jock's stuff just perfectly. I know. I'm not. Well, I'm trying to like. I want it. There. How's that? Purple. I want it purple.
Yay. I think that's one of your favorite parts of the build. The LEDs. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Maybe there's probably a top 5 list. That's in the top 5.
Well, honestly, I love everything about it. That's the thing. If I had to pick out, what's your favorite? How could you even, what would I even be able to say to that? Because everything is just perfect for me and Jacques.
They said the bench is for you when Jacques kicks you out of bed.
I know. And oh my gosh, you guys, he's on and off the bed during the night. But, when it's time to get up to go potty, Jacques is about 74 pounds. And he normally, right now, he's on my right side, which is by the back doors. But a lot of times I end up by the back door. He ends up in the middle of the bed, sprawled out. And then when I need to get up to go potty, I'm like, come on, Jacques, move. You got him. I'm like trying to push him and this and that. He's like, get off the bed. You got to move.
Hey, Mobang.
Hey, Tim. But he's got jumping up on this bed down to an easy peasy for him.
Hey, James, you know, it was surprising because I've been in your van multiple times since you got here, and the Jock's like fingernails and that they're not, he's not really clawing or anything.
Oh, no, no,
And he's doing
no.
okay with that screen, huh?
What's that?
He's doing okay
Oh,
with the
the
touch
bug
screen.
screen. Yeah, he's got that figured out. He just, you know, he goes right out the side door, and that's been easy. Um, and I got him a barbecue mat. So they made me this beautiful platform bench for Jock's seat that extends into the dashboard opening, and it was very slippery. So I was at Menards the other day, and I came across. I was looking for like a grippy type of rug or something, and I walked down an aisle, barbecue mats, and I saw that, and I felt it, and it has a curve which is just perfect. I'm like, oh my gosh! So I have a barbecue mat on top of the his platform and the seat, and he loves it. He loves it.
Yeah. Okay, what is the length of your bed? And she probably doesn't know that. She has got basically it's 75 inches. We did cut just a few inches off her mattress. Um question C above.
Lots of
I did see
storage
the
under
other
Jock's
question
bed.
is I
Yeah.
did see that question. Lots of storage under Jock's bed.
Yep, it houses his dog food container, his container for all his toys, and there's room to spare.
It it's tall. It's tall because the EcoFlow wave is tall. And we that's where it stores the EcoFlow, and that's why that bench is a little bit taller. Yep.
So it's perfect for Jock's things.
Yep. You know, and you'll reorganize it. I don't know how many times over the next year.
Oh,
Gracie
that's
isn't.
a good idea. That's a
Yeah.
good idea, Stephanie. Oh, but I feel like, oh, that's a good idea.
What's that?
Stephanie, I took the divider, yeah, from a metal kennel to make a door, and
Oh
I
yeah.
have a, mm, I have a big, I think it's in storage though. When he was a puppy, I got one of those big, metal, um, doggy kennels, and that would work. That would work good because I didn't think about that when I have the door open and it's summertime. I don't want him just to go outside the screen if he's not supposed to.
Yeah.
So that's a great idea.
Yep. All right, guys. It is the last um it is the last live before Christmas. And so Gracie's favorite color is purple. Should we give away a purple t-shirt?
Oh yeah, let's do
Let's
it.
do let's do it. So type in the word purple in the chat. Type in the word purple in the chat um and then we will.
And you know what, Johnny? Let's give away two. I'll purchase one, and you purchase one, and let's do two. It's
Let's do
Christmas
it.
time. Purple haze.
Yeah.
Jock, get off my leg. Jeez Louise. That's a good boy. Get the mama's good boy. He's a mama's good boy. So can we do that, Johnny? I'll sponsor one.
Yes. Look at me getting all techie here without Kelly's help. All right, everybody put purple in there. It looks like we got 27 so far out of 60. Put purple in there if you want
Come
to win
on,
it.
people. Jack, get off of my leg. Move.
Purple people eater. I knew that was going to come out there. Purple people eater. I'm showing 46 likes on my screen. 46. All right, guys, we are at 33, I think is what it says now. Question, what kind of stove does Gracie have? Gracie, you want to tell them what kind of stove? I know you got a Camp 1 or Camp Plus or Gas 1.
Well, yeah, I do have one of those gas burner ones. I have it that uses propane or butane. I have the butane, but I just haven't used it yet. Well, I'm sort of nervous to use it on the inside. I'm not sure why, but I know everybody does. I know Gina uses hers without a problem. I've been using, because I've been plugged into shore power, I've been using my induction cooktop. Yay, Annette!
And that's fantastic.
Woohoo!
She'll look good in purple. We're going to do a redraw. Let me go back. We're going to do a redraw. Now, Annette, if you win, we'll draw again. If Annette, you can't win twice.
If you win again, Annette, let's go to the casino.
If you win again, go to the casino. Gracie used to win like that all the time on the show. Travel Dreamer.
Yay,
all right. Annette's Fantastic and Travel Dreamer. Congratulations. I use the butane inside a minivan all the time. I can't even tell you how many times that I have told her that I cook with the gas one inside all the time. Right. Congratulations to Annette Vantese and Fatima. You guys send me. I'm going to put my email. I know you guys both have it. Go ahead and send it to me. We're going to get you guys both a t-shirt sent out. Send me your address again. I know both of you guys have won before, but send me your address. Send me your shirt size, and we'll get those ordered and get them out to you guys. I wish I had a tie-dye one. We'd have done tie-dye for Gracie.
Oh, right. You know it. You know it.
Butane is my only go to cooking. I'm telling you, I'm like we've got an induction cooktop, one of those cook plates, and we never use it. Even when we're on shore power, we don't use it. I use the gas one. Just crack a window when they're indoor cooking with gas. There you go. And you got a vent fan. Just open up your vent fan. So.
Oh, you know what? That's right. Right?
Yeah. Just open up your vent fan. I guarantee you, Gracie, when you're using that butane, you are never, ever, ever going to hear that carbon monoxide detector go off. She's got a carbon monoxide detector. You are never going to hear that go off because of that butane stove, ever. Get the inserts for the Omnia. You will be able to cook anything and everything at the same time. Interesting. We couldn't think of that. The other day, she was trying to tell us what stove she had. Remember? And you couldn't think
Omnia
of
oven.
it. I knew that's what you had.
Right.
Yep.
I've been trying to think. I have a little I have a table, one of those fold up tables. You saw it at 023. But I don't know. I don't think I'm going to be able to put it in the garage. I would have to put it when we travel in the aisleway, and I just don't really know if it's worth it to have that or not.
The stove, the Omni,
that little table. Remember that fold up table that you get that they fold up in like a suitcase in half, and then you unfold it and you drop the legs down. They're adjustable.
Yes.
I mean, I don't think that I have the room down here or the height to put it in. But I would like to some type of table, something.
Yeah. Um, Somebody is saying they've got a fan that is rain sensitive and it keeps closing anytime a few drops hit on it. I've never heard that um because I've been in storms before when my fan has been running and it doesn't close.
Yeah.
All
So
right. Any other questions before we head out? It's 9:01, guys. I'm not going to go um any further because any over so Gracie can get to bed. She's
I
an
need
early
to
riser. I
eat.
know she's probably
I
tired.
I need to eat still. I've hardly eaten today. I've just been busy and excited, and it was almost 2 o'clock before I realized I hadn't even eaten yet.
Oh, I was going to say, was that today or yesterday? Didn't you do that yesterday too? You're not, I haven't eaten yet.
I know, because it's just so much to do, and it's just so exciting.
Yep. Yep. Guys, have a
Van
Merry
Tour Sunday.
Christmas.
There is a
Uh,
question.
Van Tour Sunday. It's very likely yes. We're gonna get that recorded tomorrow. I'm gonna edit like crazy, and I've got a whole bunch of B-roll already. I recorded that before Gracie got here. There's a huge difference between then and now, and I think the lived-in look is more realistic. So I'm probably gonna shoot a whole bunch more. I'm gonna edit like crazy this weekend, and 4:45 on Sunday, barring any catastrophe, it's going to be Gracie's tour. We're going to get that out, and you guys get to see all the cool features in her van. So, Tim G, good to see you. You just got here. We come on at 8 Central, and we missed you, buddy. So, guys, have a Merry Christmas. Please don't forget to keep Cheryl and Derek and Mary Jones and Debbie Babb, anyone else um in your prayers, and have a Merry Christmas.
Merry
Call your
Christmas,
loved
everybody.
ones. Yep. Hug your friends, call your loved ones. Safe travels out there. Watch the sodium and take your cold medicine. Bye, guys. Gracie, thanks for being here, friend.
Thanks for
Bye,
having us
Doc.
on.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye. Bye, guys.
Get out of my bed, Mom.